Chapter 2. Major Landforms. A quick glance. Major landforms on the Earth. Importance and usefulness of these landforms. Relation of human beings with these landforms. Our planet Earth is not the same everywhere. There are different landforms present on the Earth's surface. Some parts of the Earth are too high, while others are too low. This is the result of the internal and external forces which influence the Earth. Due to the internal forces like earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, etc., the surface of the Earth has become uneven. These differences on the surface of the Earth are known as relief features. The external forces include running water, river, ice, glacier, wind and heat. There are two types of processes which bring about changes in the landforms of the Earth. These are as follows. Endogenic or internal processes. These lead the surface of the Earth to rise or sink. This happens because of the Earth's internal forces such as earthquake or volcanic eruption, etc. Exogenic or external processes. These involve the continuous process of wearing down and rebuilding of the surface of the Earth. This happens due to erosion and deposition because of running water, glaciers, heat and wind. Types of landforms. A variety of landforms are present over the Earth's surface. Broadly, we can group these landforms depending on their elevation and slope as mountains, plateaus, and plains. Mountains. A mountain is any large natural elevation on the Earth's surface. The mountains have a small summit and a broad base. These are the highest landforms on the Earth and occupy about 1/4 of the total land on the Earth. The pointed top of the mountain is called a peak, and the sides are called slopes. Some mountains can even reach up to the clouds. The mountain peaks that are covered with ice are known as snow caps. Mountains generally occur in a long chain arranged in a line called range. Many mountain systems consist of a series of parallel ranges stretching over hundreds of kilometers. They may also occur as a single landmass. The Himalayas of Asia, the Alps of Europe and the Andes of South America are mountain ranges. The Himalayas have 3 parallel ranges: Himadri or the Greater Himalayas, Himachal or the Middle Himalayas, and Shivalik or the Lower Himalayas. Kilimanjaro of Africa is an example of a mountain that occurs as a single landmass. In the frozen areas, large masses of ice are found. These are called glaciers. Glaciers melt down the slopes of the mountains and supply water to the valleys. The elevated landforms that are lower than the mountains are called hills. Mountains are further divided into 3 types. Fold mountains. The mountains that are formed with massive folds or ridges because of the compressional forces created by the Earth's movements are known as fold mountains. These movements are primarily horizontal. They converge 2 or more tectonic plates and push up a part of the Earth's crust at the point of collision, thus forming wrinkles or folds. The parts of the folds that have been pushed upwards are called anticlines. They form the peaks. Those parts of the folds that have been pushed downwards are called synclines. They form the valleys. The Himalayas, the Alps, the Rockies, the Andes and the Atlas Mountains are some examples of young fold mountains. These mountains have great heights, steep slopes and sharp pointed peaks. They consist of parallel ranges and their peaks are covered with snow. On the other hand, the Ara Valleys, the Appalachians and the Great Dividing Range of Australia are old fold mountains. These mountains have been exposed to the forces of nature for a very long period of time, as such have eroded. They are low in height, with gentle slopes and rounded peaks. Block mountains. These mountains are formed because of the vertical movements inside the Earth. These vertical forces cause the large blocks of land to be pushed up with great force along a fault in the Earth's crust. A fault is a crack in the crust. These mountains are formed when one block of land is pushed up and the land besides it sinks down. The blocks that rise above are called horse or block mountains. The part of land that sinks down is called graben or rift valley. The tops of these mountains are flat and they have very steep sides. The Satpura and Vindhyas in India, Black Forest Mountains in Germany, the Vosges in France, and the Sierra Nevada in California are some typical examples of block mountains. Volcanic mountains. The center or core of the earth is made up of molten lava or magma. The volcanic mountains are formed when volcanic materials are ejected from inside the earth. When a volcano erupts, hot magma bursts out with great force and pressure from the vent. This magma accumulates around the vent of the volcano and forms a tall cone-shaped mountain. A volcanic mountain has a bowl-like opening on its top, which is called a crater. The bursting out of the hot lava is known as volcanic eruption. Kilimanjaro in Africa, Fujiyama in Japan, Cotopaxi in South America, etc. are examples of volcanic mountains.